And I know they're trying to make people sick. I mean, it's obvious to me when they're putting those spores into the house, and when they're putting trying to make me sick, it's obvious. Oh, and the radiation. Can't forget the radiation. It all has different effects. When they're putting disease in your home and you breathe it in, your first defense is your nose and your mouth. So what happens is, and your throat, so you tend to cough, you tend to get a stuffed up nose. And it happens quite easily. And one of the things I noticed, because, I'm so alert to this, and it happens, I start getting fidgety, and I open a window or whatever, I put a mask on. So this has been happening for a long time. I mean, they started this a long time ago. I have a very strong immune system. So it took me a while to realize it. But when I did, well, then it stopped. Also, I have to mention, I did take a lot of medication to help me heal from all the problems they had caused. But this is the way it works. You feel a bit stuffed up, just like, because usually I can breathe. I'm breathing just fine, and you feel a bit stuffed up. But it happens at night most of the time when they do it now, because, well, you're sleeping, so you might not realize it as much. I realize it anyway. It wakes me up. I'll start coughing, or I'll start getting the sniffles, and like my nose will start getting congested. My eyes will itch. And I forgot to say with the Valium, the other thing it does too, the weird thing it does, is that it gives me the chills, and it also makes me itchy. So that's one of the things. Makes my skin really itchy. The speed, well, it's the appetite, of course. And there's also a certain alertness that comes with it that's obvious to me that is not natural. Now for back to the spores again, yeah. Wear one of those hospital masks. Okay, I start breathing fine. Okay, it's obvious they're making me sick. And this was 8, 9, 10 years ago. I'm walking around with these masks and I'm keeping them on. Because I'm like, well, what if they infected me with something? I was paranoid, because it wasn't right. But it worked. That worked. That really helped. I was getting masks, by the hundreds. Actually, I was sleeping with them. And it was helping. So, obviously, the governments, these rich people, I don't know which way it goes. What? There's crooked people in the government that work with the rich. Is that usually the way it goes? Because the rich pay for their campaigns and the rich pay for everything, right? So basically, which one is crooked? Well, they both are. They both can be trusted. Obviously. But obviously, some people in those groups can't be. But rich, God knows. So, with the symptoms, you get different things happening with different things that they give you. The lack of appetite and can also come a bit from the Valium. Basically, when they started traumatizing me, and even worse, this is when Hollywood started coming at me and all these medias. Everybody seemed to get not everybody, not seemed. Everybody was involved. 12, 13, 14 years ago. Everybody was. They all knew. They were always having some kind of comment. And it's like, oh, but what? Is the TV talking to you? No, they're just making sure that I hear certain things and everybody else hears them, but I understand it because I said something the other day that matches along the same lines. Or I did it on purpose to give them an idea. And they ran with it. There's all kinds of reasoning. I said a horrible, horrible, horrible thing. The most horrible thing I could think of. And they came back with a comeback, right? And when I said, oh, I'm just nuts, they're like, right on. They made damn sure that I understood what they were doing. That basically I was nothing, that I was going to end up a bum, that they were going to make sure of that. That they were going to make sure that I was going to get a bullet in my head. Threatening me, calling me the worst names you can imagine, playing with my head. And then the government kidnapping me. That was something else, right? Kidnapping me again, and all the lies, and all the violence and everything. A whole bunch of stuff just happened. I could go on and on and on and on and on. It's like, seriously. The list gets so long, it's like, where do I start? I was like, the last 13 years, I would say, have been some of the worst, and it's where they've drugged me the most, it's where they've tried the hardest to poison me, it's where they've broken all the laws. So I'm like, okay, well, who's guilty? Well, I know one thing. These people that violated my rights, well, they're guilty, obviously. I can point to them that easily. That's not a problem. But then, what about the others? I mean, were some of them just convinced by others? I don't think so. I really don't think they were convinced by other people that I was bad. I truly believe that they knew exactly what they were saying and they were involved 100%. That they knew exactly what was going on. And that they had been subjected to some of my hateful, hurtful, violent, multiple personalities. And they're like, oh, you're a manipulator. Oh, you're a liar. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Well, maybe my multiple personalities, well, yeah, well, they could be. I don't know. I do know. But seriously, whatever I did in defense, and whatever they just did it out of pure selfishness and greed. Now, self-defense, not a lost cause. Greediness, yeah. So, yeah, lots of these celebrities that have been around, and I would say, you know, sure, some of them are family, but you know what's the interesting thing is that I wasn't watching the ones that were my family. That only started a few years ago. Because I wasn't really watching anyway. I don't like watching. And then I told myself, I don't want to watch these people. I was like, they're just gonna fucking play with my head. So what's the use? And they're just a bunch of human rights violators, and I don't trust them. I don't like them. So I didn't bother. And it's like, there's no doubt. I'm like right now, I'm like, estrogen. Oh yeah, because I can feel the pain, and I know it. This is the way they work. This is the way rich people work. Like hypocrites. I'd like to see you stand in front of me, just walk at your dad outside. Yeah, I'd like that, yeah. Because I could face you. But you're like a snake in the grass. Yeah, dodracia sabas. Jada somos. Hypocrites. Snakes, sneaky. They're the manipulators. They're the liars. And I think the thing that hurt them the most is the fact that, you know what? They weren't the best at it. Even though they're still going strong. But sooner or later, that'll catch up to them. Sooner or later.